This video has been recorded right before the new patch that happened the 13th of February of 2025, but the build order is still pretty fine. It is still okay to do this build order, especially if you're not a pro player, and if you're a pro player, I mean, you're not watching this video, of course. So this build order is very strong in 101, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, even in FFAs if you want. I'll tell you more in the video. Let's go. Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we're gonna look at a build order for the Rus that is a very good civilization at the moment, especially with this build order. This is a very good build order with the Rus. Well, it is good in 101, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. It's good at everything, even in FFAs if you want. This is a very strong build order in order to have a very good economy at the beginning of the game, but also in order to go fast H3 or to have a very good control of the map on H2. Well, this is a very good build order. We will go and watch it. So here I'm playing on 2v2 and I'm playing with a friend, of course, and what we will see is the beginning. I will say to you everything with the villager, where you have to put them, and also after the build order is finished I will try and tell you what you could do after the build order with the different cases that will happen in those games. So at the beginning you put your 5 first villagers on wood, and one of them is doing 2 hunting cabins. The first one that is going out on the TC will go on the sheeps in order to have some food. You can have a little bit different build order if you want at this beginning. You will always put your 5 villagers here, 1 here, but the first one can go and build this second hunting cabin. If you want to have more gold, this could be cool to have this in order to have your hunting cabin the fastest as you can. I prefer personally to go with this villager that goes directly on food, but it's your choice. With your 5 villagers, if you will go to 50 of wood and then you will stop gathering wood. This is a mistake from me. You won't have to take more than 50 of wood. This is not a big mistake if you take 100, because you will be able to do the second houses very fast. So yeah, you go and take 50 of wood and you build your first house with a villager, and all your villagers will now go to the food until the age up. So this is pretty easy to do this. Also, the second stuff that I didn't talk about is to do a scout directly when your first hunting cabin goes out. So this is pretty interesting because you will have your second scout in order to see what happens in the map, but also to gather all the sheep on the map. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, this is not costing you a villager. A lot of civilizations can do that, but they have to do it with the town center. So it costs 25 seconds, and if it costs 25 seconds, it costs you more than a villager, a little bit more. So with the Rus, what is very interesting is when you have the hunting cabin, you can go with a second scout without losing a villager. So this is very strong, and we will see why also the second scout is very interesting in this build order. So yeah, we will put all the villagers on the food until the age up, as I said, and you are using your scout as you can in order to scout on the map and have the most sheep as you can. See where are the deers, where are the goats, what your opponent is doing, etc. This is very important in Age of Empires. And as you can see, I have 50 of wood too much, but this is not a very big mistake, as I said before, because I will do the second house without any problem. So here I'm gonna go with the age up of the Golden Gate. The Golden Gate is very interesting in this build order because it allows you to go very fast with this professional scout. So this is the main stuff with this build order, and what is very interesting with this build order is that you can have a lot of scouts very early on with the pro scout very early on. You will see the timing is very insane. It is very strong thanks to the Golden Gate, and thanks also to the gathering of the gold, thanks to the hunting cabin, but also with the bounty that you can have with the gathering of the sheep and also the deers, etc. So why we go on the Pro Scout, I think it's pretty interesting to make you understand that in order for you to improve in the game. So this is not only a build order, but this is also some analysis in order to help you being better in the game. So the Pro Scout is very interesting, sorry, with the roost because, well, you have this bounty that I talked about before. If you are gathering on the deers, you will have a lot of gold, and this gold will be also very interesting to have the total bounty accumulated. So you can have the tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3 that allows you to have more gathering rates on your food. So this is very, very interesting to have that as soon as you can. And so what is interesting is that you can have this pretty easily because the roost can make all the scouts from the hunting cabins. That's what we are doing right now, that you will see that. So this is the main stuff that will help the roost having a good Pro Scout, because you can make scouts with the hunting cabin. And why you want to do this? Because of the bounty, and also because, well, of course, the deer is a very, very good food income. So here, while you're aging up, you will stay with 7 villagers on the food, and as you age up, directly you age up with 4 villagers, and you put 6 villager on the wood, and the rest is going on the food again. Everything on the food, so you will have 6 villagers on wood and 4 on the Golden Gate. And you will do as much as you can the scouts in the hunting cabin. So as you can see, while I have a little bit too much of food, I directly do scouts. So of course you will not do scouts before making the villager. The villagers are more important than the scouts, of course. You will never stop your production of villagers. This is very, very important. But secondly, with your food, you want to do your scout. This will go very, very quickly right now because you can see you have a very good age up timing, but you will have a very good Pro Scout timing at the same time, because now, as you can see, I'm going H2. So I'm H2, I have a ticket from the Golden Gate. And what is very interesting is, as I had 6 villagers on the wood, I have too much wood in order to make the Pro Scout. And this is on purpose, because you can trade this wood in order to have 150 gold. So I will have 90 of wood, but also I will have enough in order to make the Pro Scout, thanks to this Golden Gate. That's why the Golden Gate is very interesting in this build order, because as you can see, directly I trade the wood in order to have the gold necessary in order to do the Pro Scout immediately after my age up. So this is very, very fast timing. I have a minute before my Pro Scout is ready. So in at 5 minutes, 6 minutes approximately, I will have the Pro Scout. So this is very, very strong. And all the villagers that were on the Golden Gate goes on the wood. So I have 10 villagers on wood. And all the rest is going on the food again, because I want to do the scouts on the hunting cabin still, even after making the Pro Scout, because I have 2 hunting cabins. So one is making the Pro Scout and the second one is making the scouts. And you will not do army at all at the beginning of the game. So you will think, oh, I'm a little bit too late for compared to my opponent. If they do army, I will be in a difficult position. But no, this will be very easy to defend because you are Rus and because you have all your villagers under your TC. So you can put all your villagers in the town center. It fires to the enemy, and yeah, he cannot attack you. It's not possible. So as I said before, this build order is very strong in 101, 2v2, 3v4, v4. So you can do it anytime you want. This is very interesting. The first thing you want to do with your wood after making the Pro Scout and trading it with the Golden Gate is making a wooden fortress, because it will give you 20% more wood that you are gathering. Not gathering, but when you drop off the wood, you will drop off 20% more. This is even better than gathering 20% faster, because you will make wood that is not in the map. You will you will make appear wood on the map. So this is very, very strong. Okay, so you will have a very good income on food because you will have the bounty, but also on the wood because you will have the wooden fortress. And you will trade all your resources that you gather quickly because you will, as I said before, you have the better food economy and the better wood economy, and you will trade it in order to have gold. And you, thanks to that, you will not have to go and search for gold. This is very, very strong. You don't have any villagers that are on the map that are attackable from your enemy. This is not possible for your opponent to attack you, and this is very, very strong with this build order. So as I said before, 6 minutes, the professional scout is completed. I have 7 scouts on the map. So I can take directly this deer pack entirely, because a pack of deer is 7 deers. So this makes me 350 of food times 7. This is a lot. This is a lot of food, and you're very, very well in the game if you have that. And if your opponent has some army, this is possible at this timing. For example, the Delhi has 1 Ghazi Raider. This is not a lot. But if he's attacking your scouts, then you can take the deers and use this thing called the drop carcass. Well, if he's attacking you, as you can see here, if you have a carcass on your scout, you move at 1.06, but if you have not, you move at 1.62. So if there is units that are attacking your scouts, you just drop the carcass and go away with your scout, and not with all of them, of course, only the one that is injured. So it allows you to save those scouts and to take other deers on the map, etc. So this is very, 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 very strong, of course. Even if your opponent has an army, you can take at least 5 to 6 deers, maybe 4 if he has a lot, but at this timing you will not have like 3 knights or whatever. You will have 1 or even 2 knights at maximum. So yeah, you continue to do scouts, and here there is 2 types of gameplay right now. The build order is over right now. As you can see, you have 10 villagers on wood, 10 villagers on 15 villagers, sorry, on the food. As I said before, you have directly the composition of your villagers. So right now, if you want to go H3, you will put the most villager as you can on the food. If you want to go H2, stay H2 and protect your pro scout, etc., then you will have to do some buildings, and then it can be interesting to have more wood. So right now there is 2 possibilities. Or your opponent is making some units and you want to defend and take all the deers of the map, or you want to go H3 as fast as you can and take all the relics. Here I'm gonna do a little bit of units, but you can do some hybrid stuff, like making a little bit of unit in order to protect your pro scout, but at the same time going H3. It will depend on the game, of course, but I'm saying this to you because I think this is very important in order for you to know what exactly you can do after this build order. You can or go full H2, or protect a little bit your deers, or you can go fast H3. This is the 3 possibilities that you have. And if you want to go fast H3, you don't have to gather gold, as I said before, because you can exchange your wood and your food in order to have gold. Don't hesitate also to do the survival technique, because you can gather more with your deers. Also the horticulture, also the double broadaxe. This is very interesting because you're gathering a lot of those resources, and you have those resources thanks to the golden gate. As I said before, you can use the exchanges. So you have many possibilities in order to do army. You can do archers, you can do knights, you can do spearmen, you can do whatever you want. everything is good with the Rus. Here I'm doing a lot of knights because I'm playing on 2v2 and my ally is going to do a lot of infantry, so I will be with the mobile units and he will do the infantry units. But you can do whatever you want. Don't hesitate also to do a blacksmith, etc. So why is this very strong? As I said before, because you will have a lot of bounty, you will have a lot of food, and then you will also have a lot of wood, and you will have so many resources your opponent cannot do anything about that. This is very, very strong, and the timing, well, where you have a lot of scouts is very, very strong. At 6 minutes you have 7 scouts and take all the deers of the map very, very quickly. So this is very strong. And yeah, don't hesitate to do a little bit more scout. Don't go too deep on the scouts. Don't do more than 9 or 8 scouts. This is not interesting to have more than that because, well, you don't have an army to protect them. And if you don't have an army to protect them, they will die, they will not be able to take the deers, and this is not interesting. Or you will not have a very good timing on H3, so this is not interesting. As you can see here, I did a pretty hybrid stuff. I did a little bit of knights, I did 7 of them, and I will go very, very fast on H3. What is very interesting is that you can see I have 1,200 resources per minute in the food. I have 180 resources on the wood, and also I have 500 on the gold. I go and search a little bit of gold here because I made a lot of knights, of course. But if you want to go fast H3, if you want to do other units, of course on 101 you will not do that because you will not do as much knights. But if you want to do this on 2v2, 3v3 or 4v4, you can go and search some gold, of course, because you will do some knights, and this is pretty interesting. But this is the only case where you're gonna go and search for gold. All the other situations you will not go and search for that because you have those exchanges, as I said before. If you go H3, don't hesitate to make your knights, of course, the upgrade, and also these units is very, very strong in order to have the control of the map, because this is horse archer. They move fast on the map. They can help your warrior monk in order to have all the relics, etc. So yeah, this is pretty much what I wanted to talk about for the Rus. I don't think I have that much to say. What is very interesting is that you have a very mobile army. You have a lot of knights and also horse archers, etc. You have a lot of horses in general. So this is very good to have the control of the map, to take all the relics, to take also all the deers, and also to avoid your opponent taking food. As you took all the deers of the map, you can avoid your opponent going on the berries, for example, and then he doesn't have any food, and if he doesn't have any food, he cannot produce army, and if he cannot produce army, you're winning the game. So this is very, very strong for that. So yeah, here I'm attacking my opponent. As I see that I cannot take the control of the map, this is very important to stop making mobile units, because the mobile units are very expensive. But they are expensive because they are mobile. They are not expensive because they are strong on battlefield. But the infantry units are expensive because they are stronger on the battlefield. So this is very important to understand. If you want to be mobile and attack your opponent from different places, if you want to take the control of the map, it's better to have mobile units. But if you want to take fights in order to defend a position or to attack your opponent directly in his base, this is better to have infantry units. I want you to understand that because a lot of players, even sometimes some pro players, do a lot of mobile units. But this is not very strong to take fights, in my opinion. But this is only my opinion, and of course, pro players are stronger than me. This is not making my thinking wrong. This is not making their thinking wrong. But I really think that in the game, because I see a lot of players making a lot of horse archer in order to attack under the TC, or I don't know, attack an army that is infantry army, and in general, it doesn't feel right. You know, the horse archers are getting destroyed by crossbows or, for example, archers. And yeah, this is not a very good unit. as you can see, for example, I will show you an example. Oh, I don't have a horse archer, so I cannot show you. But the horse archer, for example, has pretty much the same damage that has the crossbowman. But the little difference here is that they have more mobility, yes, but the crossbowmen have +9 damage versus heavy, and the horse archers does not. But this is the same cost. As you can see, horse archers is 80-40 and the crossbowman is 80-40. Of course, this is gold, so this is a little bit more expensive for the crossbowman, but as I said before, the crossbowman has more damage and against heavy units, which the horse archers does not. But they have mobility. So yeah, this is pretty much the stuff that I wanted to talk about also to end this little build order and this little guide around the Rus. Yeah, I think this is very interesting to make you understand all of this. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. I will be glad to do more. Don't hesitate to suggest me some other type of videos. I did a lot of different stuff on my channel and I will do more, of course. See you in the next one. Bye.